Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I've got to make a card for my dad. It's his birthday next week. Haven't got a clue what I'm doing, but I've gone through a load of my scraps, pulled out a few bits and pieces, and hopefully I can use some of this up. So I'll have a little think, get my card together, and then get going. Right, I pulled out some craft card. So I'm going to put everything on here. I've cut that out of that because this is going to be covered anyway. So I'm going to use that circle that I had. All these were bits of scrap I had, but I've just cut a matte layer for each one of them out of craft card because I just give it a bit more sturdiness so I can put them up on foam pads if I want to. Got some twine. I've cut out this little pocket sort of watch thing with some numbers and some cogs. So I've just got to put it all together some way. I'm also going to be using some of this gilding wax. So if I just put all these out of the way for a minute, I want to put some numbers on here, but I want to cover them in a bit of gilding wax. So I need a scrap piece of paper. That'll do, I've already used that one. So I need all the numbers. Right, let me just start this. Right, I'm literally going to just dab some over the numbers. Just to make them stand. Oh, don't think I need to do that. I just make sure they're the right way. I just dab my finger on. I'll use some of these cogs too. I'm just going to stick all these down onto their matte layers. That's all those done. Oh, excuse me. I haven't left a border at the top and bottom of this one because this one's going to go straight to the end of the card. Right, time to start sticking them on. I'll start off with this one because this one's going to go down the left hand side. I haven't measured any of these. I've just literally picked out from my... Oh, I've got gold all over that. Get rid of those in a minute. Picked out some scrap bits of card, cut them on my paper trimmer, made a matte layer for them, and just hope for the best, basically. Well, I have sort of arranged them on the card and they will look alright. Trim bits off wherever you want to trim bits off, that's all I've done. And then just made a very slight border. Right, this one's going to go down this side, like I said. I'm not sure if this gold's dry yet, but I want a slight border of gold. Like that. I'm going to come off slightly each end because I want to trim that off either end. Get that straight. If I get gold anywhere, it doesn't matter because it's a bit rustic looking. I've got it all in my nails and everything. Right, and then I've got this one here that I want to put on next, I think. Gotta remember, I've got a hole there. So I'll put some down this side, top and bottom. Oh, still forgetting that. want that pretty even, I think, for that piece. Or central anyway. Let's squish that down. I've embossed that piece. Don't know if I said that. Just did it with a wood effect embossing folder. Right, I've cut this in half because I want it going across like that. So I want to stick that together about there. Some glue in behind. Just felt it was a little bit too big, so if I cut it in half, stick it together, then that can go on there. Is that about right? Want the same sort of border as that side. And then I've got rid of this big piece. That was too big, it's getting on my nerves. Then I can have this piece, something like that. Right, that's going to go in the middle there, like I said, like that. Then I want this one on the top, sort of like that. So I need foam pads around the edge, this here and here. So I'll get those put on. Foam pads in the way. Take that one off. Stick that there. Right, I'm just going to cut these end bits off. A bit hard to see actually. I'll give you a bit longer scissors. Not like these, but that one. And that one. Get rid of those bits. Right, so that's my base, my panel. Just got to decorate this now. So next I'm going to stick all these numbers on the clock, or on the watch I should say. So I've just laid them all out. Make sure I've got all of them. So now I've got to get them stuck on. I'm going to do the 12, the 3, the 6 and the 9 first. And then fit the rest in between. So I'm going to use my grid just to help a little bit. Right, the 6, go there. I'll do the 3. Right, now I've got to fit all the rest in between. So when I've done that, I'll come back. So that's my numbers. Now I've just got to stick the hands on. So I'll do the big one first. I don't know what time to do. Not sure what time my dad was born, but could have done that if I knew, but I don't know. So I'll stick that one straight up anyway. Onto the 12. And then stick that one wherever. Stick it there, I think. Wherever it lands. Get off. There. That'll do. the hands on there. That looks really good actually, I love that. Just putting that gilding wax on it just makes it look so much better. Right, now I've got this little is it the winder? I think it is the winder, isn't it? I'll just stick that behind there, like that. Carefully. I have got this other little piece. I don't know whether you're supposed to put that on there. I don't think I'll use that. I'll just put it like that. Yeah, that's all right. So that's my little watch. I love that. I love the gold. I've decided I am going to use this. I wasn't going to, but I'm going to stick that on there. But leave a little gap at the bottom. Just going to stick it on like that for a minute. Cover up those bits of gold. Stick that on there. Just so I've got a gap down there, because I might put Dad down there. I've just pulled out these dies here. Oh, there's two lots in there actually. But these have got like a wood effect on, so I thought I might cut out Dad in the blue, which I've used. Got a piece of that, just so it's got the wood effect to match that. So then that ties in, well, I've got a little bit of light blue there, but it'll tie it all in together. And I've just found this. I don't know where the tiddle is, but I've got a happy birthday in the navy. So I think I'll use that as well. Use up all my little bits and pieces. So I'll just get these cut out. Right, doubled up on the blue card. So I've stuck two together just to make them a bit sturdier. And I thought what I'd do is offset them onto a bit of craft. So, a bit like that. Yep, that's one. Just to tie it all in with the others, all the other bits and pieces on the card. Just thought it looked a bit plain on its own. So the A just comes slightly down and a little bit to the right. You do whatever way you want really, but I want it this way. And then the D. Slightly down and to the right. Match it up with the others. There. Yeah, that's better. I prefer that than just the plain blue. I've decided I'm going to put some foam tape on the back of these. So I've got these strips. I'm just going to cut some little pieces like that and then stick them on. I'm going to put some glue on though, just to make sure they stick properly. Yep. That's the A. I'm going to do that for the two D's too. Right, I've cut out an extra navy happy birthday, and I've also cut it out in the craft card again, so I can do the same as what I've done on this one, on these. So I'm going to stick these two together, actually got some little tiddles now for the eye. So I'm going to stick those together, and then I'm going to have a little shadow underneath again with the craft card. So I'll get these stuck together. Right, now I've just got to do the shadow layer. Right, maybe a little bit more difficult on this one. Just gotta get it all in the right position. Yep, liking that. That's the happy. Now for this one. Yep, that'd be fine. Right, I think I'm going to stick this on here like that, but actually I'm not going to do that. I'm going to cut the tag first. So if I sort of mark where I want it, so that's the end, like that, and then mark this end about where I want it, cut out a tag, and then I'm going to see if I can emboss it. Same as the wood effect on my card. So I'm going to have to extend this down a bit because it's not going to fit my sentiment out. So I'm going to cut so far in. Like that. Take that off. And then I'm going to line it up to the other end where the two dots are, either end. Make sure that's in the grooves. Is that right? I think so. Right, let's try it. I hope that's okay because I don't think I've got any more of this blue card. Fingers crossed. Oh, I think I might have done it. Oh, I've got a bit of a mark there. Will it fit? Will it fit? Ooh. Yes, I will make it fit. Yes. Yes, I'll make that fit. And I've got my little tiddle up there ready. Yep, like that. There we go. I did it. Don't know what that is. That'll be fine. I've got a little mark where the dye dug in a little bit, but you're not going to see that. Nobody's going to notice. So that's that one. Right, I've got this twine. I didn't realise it was just bits. What I can do is I can put some bits around like that and stick them at the back. Yeah, I think I'll do that. How many do I want? They're a bit curly. 2? I think I'll have 2. And then I use another piece to tie a little knot somewhere along that. So let's get some double-sided tape. No, I won't. I'll get some tape, some of this masking tape, just to stick it down on the back. So 1, 2. Let's do one end first, then the other. Be easier. Get it where I want it. Around there. Let me just get some of this off first. Would be easier. Stick it to that. 3, 4 should be enough. There. I could have it that way, couldn't I? No. I'm going to stick to it that way. Mind you, that looks upside down, doesn't it? Doesn't matter, you're not going to see much of that. Right, that's that. Where's my twine gone? Oh, there. I'm going to take another piece. And I don't need all that. Cut that in half. Just tie a knot. Like that. I'll trim those off in a minute. There. So that's my twine. Stuck my dad on. I've just sort of followed around the circle. And guess what I didn't do? I didn't emboss my tag, did I? I wonder if I could do it all together. No, I don't think that'll work. Might ruin it. Do I try? Never tried that before. I'm going to try. If I ruin it, I ruin it. But I'm going to try it. Alright, so I've got my die. Like I say, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Should get it the right way up. I can never tell with this one. No, it's that way. Yeah. Where do I want it? There? Oh, there. I'll do it there, I think. Moment of truth. Well, it worked. Quite like that as well, because it's flattened out the letters. It sort of pushed it into the card. Oh, and I've put it on a piece of craft card too. So I think we're getting there. All right, I'm actually getting there. So I'm going to put this one on here, I think, because I do like that. So I wasn't going to, but I've just tried it again and I do like it. Now everything's put together. So we'll stick that one on there. This one's gonna go on here somewhere. Don't know where. And then I think that'll go down there, or we could do it the other way around, that down the bottom. And that one at the top. Oh, I might do that actually. Quite like that down the bottom. Yeah, I'll do it that way. Then I might do that flat. Yeah, I'll do that flat because this is raised. I can stick that onto there then. And I might raise this. Yeah. Alright, I've doubled up on foam tape, or foam pads I should say, on this side, because that bit's lower. And then I've just put one on the other end. So this side I lift it up. Let me just get this where I want it. A little bit of a border there at the top. Yep, like that. And this I said I was going to do flat, didn't I? So a bit of glue. And on the back of here as well. Just thought that looked, oh no, it wasn't that, was it? It was this piece here I had. I could have doubled up on it, but it'll be alright. Only because it's slightly lower than the rest. Right, I'm going to stick this down the bottom. I want it on an angle too. I want a little piece of this showing down the bottom. Right, I'll just hold that. Got glue on me. Hold that down so it sticks where it's got to stick. Yeah, I like that. Like I say, this wasn't planned. I'm making it up as I go along. Yeah, it's looking quite good. Now I've got all these little cogs I can just stick randomly wherever I want. They might be a bit big. Might stick to the smaller ones. Little tiny one there. You can go on there. So I could tuck some underneath. I'm debating whether to put these little dots on. These were from, I don't know what they were from. Oh, from the inside of the cogs. Do I? Don't I? Oh, I don't know. Don't know. No, I don't think I will. No, I'm not going to. But what I am going to do is I'm going to stick a button onto there. So I've got my glue gun heating up. And I'm going to stick the button on there. Take that one off. Right, I'll just put a blob on that knot. This is where I usually burn myself. Squish it down. Right, I'm just going to put a piece underneath too, just to hold it to the card. Whoop, without making a mess. There we go. Get rid of that in a minute. Or I did make a bit of a mess. Let's scrape that off. So now all I've got to do is stick it to my card. And I think I'll call it a day. That I've been trying out those dots again. Right, I've got a 5x7 card base. I wasn't going to have a white border, but I think it looks okay. So I'm going to have a white border. So I'm going to get that stuck down. Might even put it on foam pads. Why not? It's going to be hand delivered anyway. So I'm going to put that on foam pads. And then I'm going to call it a day. My phone is actually about to die. So you can see what it's going to look like. So I'm going to get this stuck down with foam pads, clear up, get a glass of wine and chill out. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, I'd love it if you could subscribe to my channel, give me a like, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. See you later. Bye.